Evening all, how are we? We'll kick off straight away with Jason, I think. And just a reminder, we'll do Owen in about 10 minutes after this as well as a follow-up for tomorrow. But I'll let you kick it off with Jason now. Who wants to start us up?
I can.
Cheers.
Jason, how pleasing was that? Owen said there at the post-match that it's the worst possible wicket for this England team. So to get through must be quite satisfying.
Yeah, 100%. He's obviously hit the nail on the head there. We've always been tremendous on flat wickets and scoring a lot of runs, but for us to go and chase a total on something that wasn't very easy to start on at all is going to be hugely pleasing, especially for us leading into UAE.
And it kind of wraps up the white ball summer for you guys, and 4 series wins across the 2 formats. Pretty rosy in the garden, really, isn't it? In terms of this white ball team.
Rosy in the garden till it's not. Yeah, it's one of those games, isn't it? You can't get too ahead of yourself, mate. Especially T20 cricket. But for us to go and put in a huge performance like that, obviously Pakistan were chomping at the bit to right some wrongs from the ODI series, so they came out firing. And yeah, it was an extremely tight series, and it showed that by all the numbers. The support was incredible. The crowd was outstanding. So yeah, just over the moon with how that's all gone, really.
Cheers.
All yours, Will.
Jason, can you just give us a sense of what Liam Livingstone's performance in this series kind of does to that batting unit? When you see a guy hit 100 like he did at Trent Bridge, you're all kind of on your toes, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say on our toes. Extremely pleased for him, and we wouldn't. Well, I don't know. Speaking for myself, to be honest, I didn't think about myself at all. I was just absolutely over the moon for him because he's such a good player, and he works hard, and he's got a lot smarter over the last kind of few years. So to see him go and do that is absolutely incredible.
Did you kind of know how good he was? Or has he kind of surprised you with quite?
Obviously, playing with him at Perth, I knew what he was capable of. And I've seen bits of him before in the Big Bash and smacking around here in the blast stuff. So to see it firsthand is obviously absolutely incredible. And you kind of then go, do you know what, fair play, like you're an absolute jet. So yeah, like I said, man, over the moon.
Thanks, Will. John, do you want to go next?
Talking of Liam, yourself and him are the sort of the Bleach brothers, maybe. You better tell us the stories behind that.
Yeah, well, we can have a bit of Bleach Brothers. We can say what you want, really. I mean, it was a bit of fun. Put some smiles on the boys' faces, didn't it? That's for sure. And look, you guys are smiling, so it's worked.
You can stick with it.
Maybe we'll see. Keep scoring runs. I'll keep it.
And have you worked hard on your play against spin?
Yeah, I've worked hard on my. Yeah, I mean, I'm 30 years. I've played a lot of cricket now, so I've had to. If I hadn't, then I'd be falling into a slump and not scoring any runs. So I've had to work extremely hard on it, and got some runs under my belt, which obviously helps. So yeah, I mean, batting is one of those things where you're always working. You never ever stop and rest on your laurels and go, do you know what? I'm here. I've done it. I can play against anyone. I can face anyone. I'm as good as it gets. It's just impossible to be like that. So yeah, I'm still putting in a lot of graft.
I think it would be fair to say that you feel more comfortable against spin up top than maybe a couple of years ago. Would that be fair?
Yeah, I just think I've got a stronger game plan and way more precise with my shots. Obviously, that's it has been 3 games in a row getting out in that manner to pretty much the same delivery, but that's just a case of me just being a little bit lazy, to be honest. So the issues have always been kind of to start with the way I start my innings against spin, whereas I mean, these are when I've been in. So it's one of those. Someone's got to get you out eventually.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Matt, do you want to go next?
Yeah, please. Hi, Jason. You're talking about precision in shots there. You obviously swept a lot today and were sort of finding the gap between the boundary riders. Was that sort of what you were alluding to?
Yeah, that's what I'm alluding to. And speaking with Liam, who's played a lot of cricket here as well, kind of letting the ball to you can be to your detriment, and letting them bowl dot balls to you can make you kind of fall into a little bit of a negative rut. So trying to be proactive as much as possible, whether that's sweeping, reverse sweeping, and just making sure you're very precise with your shots will stand you in good stead for the further on those deliveries and stuff like that.
And just in terms of sort of what's coming up for you next, you obviously play in the 100, which I'm sure is an opportunity to get keep your form going, I suppose. And then do you have a sort of a few weeks off before the tours to Bangladesh and Pakistan?
Yeah, so I was hugely excited. I join up tomorrow, actually. Drive 4 hours home now and join up with the Invincibles tomorrow for a meeting on my birthday. Lucky guy. And then get stuck into that 100 ball stuff. And then after that, yeah, I don't know where I'm at, really. I don't know. We'll see how that tournament goes. There's a few Champo games. Have a chat with the ECB, see where their head's at, and go from there.
Cool. Cheers.
All right, thanks everyone. We might leave it there. We'll grab Owen and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. It's a different link as well, just to make sure that you've seen that. Cheers.
Thanks
Thanks,
very much.
Jason.
Cheers, Jason.